First, I just wanna thank EA Game Changers for providing me an early access code for this pack. Yeah, you heard that right. For some reason, they allowed me to get this pack early for free, but that fact still won't influence my opinions of this pack. Oh no. I even have a whole series making fun of the Sims features. So yeah, Star Wars Journey to Batuu, a new game pack that costs $20 US. Now if you look at the trailer on YouTube, yeah, it's not really a well-received announcement, and I fully understand why, especially with the fact that Sims 4 content is still lacking many aspects as of now. Hello guys, this is Only Abi Doang, and today I'm gonna be exploring the features of the newest game pack, The Sims 4 Star Wars Journey to Batuu. Well, that's a mouthful. And also giving my opinions about it. So in this video, I'm mostly gonna be taking a look in depth on this game pack's gameplay, but I'll also cover Create a Sim and Build Buy mode for a brief moment. First, let's take a look at Create a Sim. For the Create a Sim contents, there are plenty of them and most of them looks decent in my opinion. There are many new types of tops, bottoms, and outfits that obviously have a Star Wars touch to them, but some of them can look great even if used as an everyday clothing. I'm also surprised there are outfits for children and toddlers this time. Besides the clothing, there are a handful of new hairstyles as well for all ages. But now we get to the rather disappointing stuff, the hats selection. Well, most of the hats looks decent just like the outfits, but here you might be confused to find some alien hats introduced in this section. So it turns out that the alien race you see on the pack trailer is actually just a hat, not like a new alien race occult or something. And what's worse with them is that you'll notice that some of the alien hats change your skin feature, but if you remove all your Sims clothing, the skin that got changed are only some parts of the arms and the legs while the rest remains unchanged. Now we got this abomination instead. You'll notice that there are locked outfits this time. To unlock it, you have to reach certain reputation ranks of the factions introduced in this pack. But here are all the unlocked costumes. There are 3 new aspirations. They will be available in this new aspiration category called Star Wars, along with this new aspiration trait. When you select them, you'll find out that there are only 2 of them, but one of the aspirations will branch out into 2 after you finish the first step, and you need to pick one. These 3 aspirations will have their own reward trait with their own perks once completed. However, there are no new personality traits in this pack. Alright, after Create a Sim, let's take a look at the new Build and Buy mode contents. First of all, I can't judge about the quality of the Buy Build mode since I'm not really a builder type of guy, but let's just say that most of these have this steampunk and Star Wars feel to them. So these are the new furnitures like chairs, tables, sofa, bar tables, shelves, game tables, etc. Also, I noticed that they included a curved bar table, which is new, I think. There's also a new tent and this monument that you can sit on. There are also some new lamps and lightings introduced. I think those are the only new functional objects. And now for the non-functional decorations, and my oh my, there are tons of new decorations. Most of them looks like a Star Wars prop basically, but these are all the new decorations. There's also some new hanging decorations and rocks. Now for the build mode, there are several new floor tiles, wall patterns, doors, windows, a new fence, a gate, and a staircase. I think that's it for the Build Buy mode. Now we get to the juicy one, which is the gameplay. For this next segment, I'm gonna divide it into 3 parts, which are the world, the factions, and other new gameplay features. Alright, so the first part is the new world called Planet Batuu. After starting a new game, if you want to dive straight into this pack, you need to grab your phone and take a vacation. Because unfortunately, this world is a vacation world, so you cannot live there. But what's different is you can visit this world as long as you want. Once you're in, there are 3 districts in Batuu: Black Spire Outpost, Resistance Encampment, and First Order District. While in the map mode, you'll notice that there are no lots for you to click to visit. That's because, well, there are no new lots here. Well, not really, but I'll explain more about it later. For now, just click on the district you want to visit. So let's take a look at the first district, which is Black Spire Outpost. This district acts like the main hub of Batuu, where everything you need is available here. In my opinion, it looks great for a world, but of course that's just the looks, because most of them are just set dressings with no substance, like many of the Sims 4 worlds. There's a Star Wars styled bar here called Oga's Cantina. In here you can order some new drinks, and there's also this weird robot DJ that acts both as a stereo and as someone to talk to. You can chat with it or ask about stuff. Besides the bar, turns out that some of the buildings here act like rabbit holes, meaning that it's basically a functional building like a store or a place to get food where your sim can enter, but you can't see what's happening inside. There are stores that sell general equipments, lightsaber parts, new kinds of foods, and this building that acts like a base camp where you can sleep, take care of your needs, etc. Yeah, I feel like there are a missed opportunity here. I was expecting something like a shop or a store that you can enter and interact with the vendors and stuff. There's also this huge spaceship called Millennium Falcon here, but we'll get to that later. Oh yeah, remember when I said there are now lots? Well, if you enter the cheat bb.enable free build and enter build mode, turns out that the cantina that we see earlier is actually a hidden lot. As you can see, I can fully edit the lot here, and each district has one lot, so we can summarize that this world has a total of 3 hidden lots. Yeah, you heard that right, 3 lots only, and they're not even like official lots, if you can call it that. Anyway, now let's take a look at the second district, which is the Resistance Encampment. This district is basically like a forest kind of area where the Resistance faction members reside. There are several tents that you can sleep in, another spaceship, and a hidden Resistance base right under a cliff. There's also this cave that you can explore, but again it acts like a rabbit hole where you cannot see what's happening there, with a text adventure kind of thing and different outcomes every time you enter. The third district is First Order District. This district looks pretty similar to the first district, but they got this First Order faction influence like banners, etc. There's also another spaceship and the First Order base. Besides that, there's a small vendor that sells food and another rabbit hole store selling droids this time. Throughout the world, you'll see many types of inhabitants around Batuu. There are normal Batuu citizens, some of them are different alien races even. There are many Scoundrel members in the Outpost district, Resistance members in the Forest district, and First Order members in the First Order district. While in Batuu, if you want to go to map mode, you'll be greeted with these authentic Star Wars transitions every time the screen changes. You will also be able to scan specific objects around Batuu. After scanning, you'll get this notification explaining about the lore of those objects. The records will also be saved in your inventory so you can read it later. Also, from what I heard, this Batuu planet is actually used as a Star Wars Disneyland area called Galaxy's Edge in real life. Not even from the movies, I think. So basically, this feels like a glorified promotion for the amusement park. So once you enter this world, you'll notice that the simoleon currency will be replaced by the new Galactic Credits currency, since it's the currency used in Batuu. To obtain more credits, you need to do missions, sell objects obtained from here, and many more. Apparently, you cannot even wear normal outfits in Batuu. You need to wear your Batuu outfits while in here, basically meaning only the new clothings introduced in this pack. You can plan your outfit by accessing through the Dwellings rabbit hole. Anyway, at the beginning, you'll get this simple introductory mission so you can get to know Batuu. Missions are basically like quests. You need to do what's ordered and you'll get rewards for completing it. Now we get to the next part, which is the faction feature. As you've probably heard before, there are 3 factions in Batuu: Resistance, First Order, and Scoundrel. They all have this reputation system with 5 positive and negative ranks. As you get higher ranks, you'll unlock new stuff like access to restricted bases, new outfits, new missions, new interactions, and even a free access to their spaceship. But if you get negative ranks, your team may not be welcomed by other faction members. To obtain reputation points, you need to do missions from the corresponding factions. You can gain missions from faction leader, marked with their faction logo above them. One thing to note is that the Resistance faction conflicts with the First Order faction. The only exception is the Scoundrel faction, where you can still gain reputation in this faction regardless of your current position between the other 2 factions. Let's take a look at each of the factions, shall we? First is the Resistance faction. As mentioned before, this faction's base is located in the Resistance Encampment district. Their faction leader is V. Moradi. Some of the missions from this faction includes helping civilians, infiltrating First Order base, obtaining supplies, doing maintenance stuff around the base, and stuff like that. Basically, they're the good guys. Once you get higher ranks, you'll unlock new interactions like inspire others to join Resistance, tell a story about Galaxy Adventure, hatch elaborate plan, and an access to their secret base under the cliff. Second is the First Order. Their main base is located in First Order District. Their faction leader is Lieutenant Agnan, and their mission consists of finding and arresting suspicious Sims, spreading propaganda, sabotaging the Resistance, and more. I guess you can call them the villain group here. Some of the perks unlocked if you increase your reputations here are the Check ID interaction, tell story about Galaxy Conquest interaction, and the ability to inspire Sims to enlist to First Order. You'll also gain access to their base here. Third and final faction is the Scoundrel. They don't have a base like the other 2 factions, but you can meet many of the members gathering around Oga's Cantina. Their faction leader is Hondo Onaka. Their focus is to gain as much credits as possible, so their missions will usually have high amount of credits as rewards. Their missions consist of playing Sabacc, which is a gambling card game, delivering packages, smuggling objects, having business trips with their spaceship, and more. As you increase your ranks here, you'll unlock perks such as swindling others for credits, skimming credits from control panels, bribing, telling tales about smuggling, and others. If you want to get rich fast, this faction is for you. I already said missions tons of times, so let's take a look at them. There are two types of missions. Main missions marked with this icon where you get more reputation points by doing this, but they can only be done once, and side missions that can be done multiple times. The tasks you mainly do while doing missions kinda have the same thing going on with all three factions. You talk to someone, convince someone, intimidate someone, report to someone. Yeah, mainly talking tasks if you can say that. You'll also always find yourself hacking specific control panels scattered around the world. This hacking thing ties in with the programming skill, so if you have higher programming skill, you may do it more efficiently. You can get caught by other faction members if you're doing something suspicious. They can either confront you or ask for your credentials. If you're guilty, you'll be attacked by the member. You'll be escorted out by resistant members or be questioned by First Order members if you lose. But your opponent will pass out if you win. Your faction's spaceship will also always be used throughout these missions, but let's talk about that later. The rewards of completing missions include credits, equipment, lightsaber parts, and reputation points. In my opinion, I think the mission will feel a bit repetitive and samey since most of the stuff you do here are talking to other sims, hacking stuff, going into rabbit holes, things like that. I kinda wish for the mission to have more action or something. Even I never have to use the new lightsaber on these missions. Throughout your progress, you may meet characters like Kylo Ren and Rey. Both of them are the main characters in the latest Star Wars sequel trilogy. They will have some role in some missions. They also have this special power where if you confront them or be caught doing something suspicious by them, Kylo Ren will do this force choke thing on you, resulting in your sim running away, and Rey will hypnotize you to get out of the area. One thing I find really strange is that you can have a lightsaber match with Rey, but there's no option to do it with Kylo Ren. Man, I really wanna see him use his trademark lightsaber in action. So unfortunately, you normally can't develop romantic relationship with these NPCs, but if you activate the testing cheats on cheat, you can add them to your household and they'll be able to be romance. I'm still not sure if doing this will break the whole faction mission system, but hey, at least you'll get to woohoo with Kylo Ren and Rey. Fun fact, Kylo Ren and Rey have entirely new voices, so it's not the usual sim voices you always hear. If you hear on Rey's voice, she will have this Simlish spoken with British accent, I think.
Rabishla Kamala Heap. Quicksilver for Healy.
While Kylo Ren have his trademark voice. Unfortunately, this is a bit broken when they do interactions they're not supposed to do. They won't produce any voice if that's the case. One more thing, here's what Kylo Ren looks like without his helmet. I think I've covered the whole faction thing, so now let's cover the other new gameplay features. But first, I wanna point these stuffs out. Unfortunately, there are no new skills introduced in this pack. Some of the interactions here integrates with existing skills in the base game, like programming skill for hacking control panels, rocket science skill for riding spaceship, fitness skill for using lightsabers, and logic skill for playing sabacc card game. Oh man, I was expecting to find a new skill here like, I don't know, the force skill or something, but I guess the pack says otherwise. There are also no new occults here, so no Jedi occult, Sith occult, alien race occult, or something like that. Remember the mask thing? Yeah. One more thing, there is no new type of death here. I thought it'll be possible to kill Don Lothario with a lightsaber or even perform a deadly force choke on Eliza Pancakes, but nope. Okay, with that out of the way, let's take a look at other new gameplay features. First is the new spaceship. As I said before, each faction has their own spaceship. Usually you can access them while doing missions. When entering the spaceship, there's no animation of you entering it. You'll just fade out from existence and voila, you're in. Once you're in, the spaceship will then fly into the sky and vanish as well. Man, what's with the Sims 4 and fading out of thin air? Unfortunately, these explorations with spaceship is only in the form of, again, text adventures. You'll be prompted with these stories about how exciting the adventure is and then you just need to pick your decision. Usually the decision doesn't really matter because I'll just end up completing the mission anyway. I think it affects your reward though, but I'm not sure. After a while, the spaceship will appear again and land. If you reach max reputation on the corresponding factions, you can freely explore with the spaceship anytime. You'll gain a variety of rewards after exploring with it. Unfortunately, spaceships don't function like vehicles, so you can't use it to travel between lots. You cannot own one in your home unless you use the Show Hidden Objects cheat. Next is the droids. Yes, you can now have your own droids. You can buy on this droid store I mentioned before for 1000 credits and 10 metal parts. These metal parts can be found from the spile scraps, supply crates doing missions, and you can buy them from the same shop. The types of droids that are available are R-type and B-type. Then you just need to pick their head and body out of all the different options and you finally get your own droid. You can socialize with the droids to increase your relationship with it. You can also turn on music from them so they can be a walking stereo, and you can tinker them to increase your handiness skill. The droid's main function is to help you on your mission on Batuu, like acting as a distraction to other sims so you won't get caught, helping you in hacking stuff, and shocking sims to make them pass out. If you have enough handiness skill and metal parts, you can upgrade them to function better in helping you, have more social options, and more. You can also install different personality chips that you can buy if you reach certain level in specific factions. If the chips are applied, it will change the droid's personality and voice. After that is the lightsaber itself. To construct a lightsaber, you need to have one lightsaber hilt and one kyber crystal. There are different types of hilts and kyber crystals depending on their rarity, but I think there are no difference in terms of its gameplay. You can obtain them from completing missions, buying from the lightsaber store, winning lightsaber challenges, and leveling up your faction's reputation. Once you have one, you can train with the lightsaber by yourself. Since there are no new skills, lightsaber wielding integrates with the fitness skill. You can also have a friendly sparring session with someone who also have a lightsaber, or even challenge them to a lightsaber duel. If you challenge them, there will be someone losing in the end. I gotta admit though, the lightsaber match can be fun and intense to watch sometimes, especially because they sometimes change position and switch sides to make it more interesting. Anyway, you can also request lightsaber challenge from the same store. You can then pick a lightsaber duel mission that will reward you some credits and lightsaber parts if you win. After accepting it, you need to find the opponent with an icon above their head. They're sometimes a bit hard to find though. Just go ahead and challenge your opponent. If you win the match, you'll gain all the mentioned rewards, but if you lose, you'll only get a little amount of credit. You can then pick another challenge, but after further testing, all of these lightsaber missions are all the same. My sim even fought the same guy over and over again. Besides that, children can also use lightsabers, though they can only train with it themselves. I think that's it for the lightsaber. As I said before, I think you'll never gonna use lightsabers in your faction missions. For the other features, as stated before, there's a new card game called Sabacc. It's basically a gambling game, and your sim will bet several credits to get the chance to gain more later. You can choose to play confidently, logically, which will increase your logic skill, or just cheat the game. There's also this holo table inside the resistant and first order bases. They can be used to learn programming skill, purchase items, and find missions. They are also crucial for several missions. Alright, so I think those are the features that I found throughout this game pack so far. Well, now for my opinion of this game pack. To be honest, I don't really think that it's a great game pack overall. First of all, I do like the whole choose your own side gameplay in this pack. I think this is a great concept and I hope to see more of this in the future. I also think that it's a great improvement from Strangerfield game pack's linear storyline with the whole weird town mystery thing. But at the end of the day, the gameplay features are still a bit shallow. Also, at least Strangerfield has original storyline and mystery to make it more interesting and cater to the general Sims player. Well, obviously, this pack doesn't cater to the casual crowd that doesn't care too much about Star Wars. But I think that even some Star Wars fan might not gonna like this pack either, because it's not like a full in-depth Star Wars experience in The Sims. There are no new skills, no Force stuff, lightsaber doesn't have that much depths, the whole text adventure thing, rabbit hole buildings. Most of the missions are still shallow and consist of the same thing, like go talk to this, go talk to that, hack stuff. And don't even get me started about the aliens. Even with the whole Star Wars gimmick, they didn't go far enough to entice the fans, in my opinion. Personally, I'm not really a fan of highly gimmicky pack like this. I might play around with it for some time and then I'll never use it on my game again. This is coming from someone who has some general knowledge of Star Wars, but not like a big fan of it, though. Besides that, The Sims 4 is in dire condition right now. There are still many more issues that hasn't been dealt with, like darker skin tones still have many issues, babies are still objects, and many features highly requested by the player base aren't even there yet. Also, The Sims 4 just reached 6 years old, the longest running Sims game out of all the Sims franchise. And then there's this new Star Wars pack coming out of nowhere. I just wish they focus more on what the majority of the fans want and appreciate, you know. Don't get me wrong, I really love the Sims franchise. I've been playing with the series for more than 10 years, but I don't want the franchise to get worse and worse. I want it to be better. That's why I need to voice my criticism. I have a feeling that if the Sims 4 already had rich gameplay with more depths in the first place, this pack wouldn't get this much backlash in my opinion, because the concept actually sounds cool to me. As of now, if you're looking for an in-depth pack exploring the Star Wars universe and feeling like you're part of the universe, this pack might appeal slightly with the whole faction system, but it is currently lacking everywhere else, especially gameplay depths. But if you're looking for a nice day at a Star Wars themed amusement park with mild storytelling, then this pack might interest you. And if you're looking for a solid Sims 4 pack, then I'm afraid this is not there yet. Again, that's just my opinion about this pack. So, what do you think about the pack after seeing the features? Do you agree or do you disagree with my opinion? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you do like the video and want more, be sure to subscribe to my channel and maybe turn on your notifications so you won't miss out. See you later!